Kaixo, ongi etorriak INNpower Helsinki-Bizkaia ekimen honetara. Bienvenidas a este espacio que durante los días 18, 19 y 20 de enero vamos a recorrer un viaje de inspiración entre Helsinki y Bizkaia. Es como si fuéramos a Helsinki, pero de alguna manera vamos a traer Helsinki aquí. Y bueno, pues durante estos 3 días vamos a tener unas ponencias inspiradoras y unos talleres para trabajar la estrategia en la incertidumbre. Y doy paso a Itziar Zubizarreta Ormaetxe, que es jefa de Servicio de Promoción Empresarial de la Diputación Foral de Bizkaia. Ongi etorria.
Buenos días, miren, egunon denori eta eskerrik asko jardunaldi honetan parte hartzeagatik. Egunon Bizkaia y good morning Helsinki. Lo primero de todo, quiero agradecer a Emakumeekin pues, el gran esfuerzo que ha realizado para organizar estas jornadas y más teniendo en cuenta pues, que no ha habido mucho tiempo para prepararlas. Comentaros que las destinatarias de estas jornadas sois todas vosotras, mujeres empresarias y emprendedoras, que tenéis una inquietud constante en vuestras empresas, que queréis ir mejorando constantemente, creéis que la innovación es un instrumento necesario para el crecimiento y que la veis como una herramienta para mejorar vuestras formas de gestionar vuestras empresas, vuestros negocios. Esta jornada tiene unos objetivos claros, que es el empoderarnos personalmente, luego en la medida de lo posible que se generen redes empresariales en las que nos sintamos a gustos y protagonistas, también mejorar la organización de nuestras empresas y hacer una pequeña reflexión sobre nuestro modelo empresarial. Nos encontramos ante una segunda edición de las jornadas INNpower y cuando el Departamento de Promoción Económica y Emakumeekin estamos decidiendo sobre cuál era el mejor tema para abordar estas jornadas, decidimos que el trabajar la estrategia, la incertidumbre, era la mejor opción dadas las circunstancias que estamos viviendo actualmente. Si algo caracteriza la actual pandemia en términos económicos es la falta de certezas que tenemos de cara al futuro, ausencia de datos seguros y también la falta de perspectiva de qué es lo que va a pasar con la economía, con la sociedad, pues de unos meses en adelante. Entonces entendemos que desde esta situación es muy difícil pues, emprender, invertir en las empresas, avanzar y creemos que las jornadas que hemos planteado junto con una metodología colaborativa a través de talleres puede ayudaros a vosotras, mujeres que estáis liderando empresas y negocios, pues abordarlo un poquito mejor este tema. Queremos que como resultado de estas jornadas os podáis llevar a casa, a vuestros negocios, recursos concretos y herramientas prácticas que os sirvan para hacer más sostenibles vuestras empresas y luego os aporten fortalezas a vuestras competencias para innovar y eso os permita mejorar vuestra estrategia de forma que la situación que estamos viviendo de incertidumbre pues se pueda planificar pues mejor dentro de vuestras organizaciones. Este año hemos elegido Helsinki como ciudad y ecosistema emprendedor del que queremos aprender, porque es una ciudad europea que es referente en muchos ámbitos, como por ejemplo son la innovación, la creatividad, la sostenibilidad empresarial, en igualdad. Y además cuenta con muchas mujeres profesionales que son referencias dentro de todas estas áreas. Que esperamos que al escuchar y compartir sus experiencias y con el trabajo posterior que vamos a realizar en los talleres nos permita trasladar todo lo aprendido a la realidad concreta de nuestros negocios, ¿no? De vuestros negocios. Comentaros también que todas estas jornadas se enmarcan dentro de una serie de iniciativas que pone en marcha la Diputación Foral de Bizkaia para fomentar el emprendimiento y la competitividad empresarial. Todo ello desde el convencimiento que para generar empresa y riqueza en Bizkaia es totalmente necesario que existan personas emprendedoras y empresarias y que existan empresas. ¿Por qué? Pues porque entendemos que una de las palancas que incide directamente sobre nuestra competitividad presente y futura como territorio, pues es que existan mujeres y hombres que emprendan, que consoliden sus empresas y que las hagan crecer en base a criterios de innovación y sostenibilidad. Como bien sabéis, y es patente, bueno, pues las diferencias de género en la actividad emprendedora y en la actividad empresarial pues todavía es muy, muy importante. Y entonces la administración, consciente de este reto, pues se esfuerza e intentamos llevar a cabo medidas pues para de alguna forma paliar este problema. ¿Qué cosas hacemos en Diputación de cara a trabajar en este aspecto? Bueno, pues incorporamos dentro de todas nuestras actividades la visión transversal de la perspectiva de género, pero aparte de eso, siempre también tenemos una serie de programas que es para apoyar en concreto a las mujeres emprendedoras y empresarias. Por ejemplo, hacemos actuaciones para fomentar la presencia femenina en órganos de representación de las empresas. También buscamos reconocimiento y visibilidad de las mujeres empresarias a través de premios. Luego tenemos un programa que es auto-ekintzailetza, que ayuda un poco a la mejora de la capacitación y la mejora de la gestión empresarial en mujeres empresarias y directivas. Y tenemos un observatorio que está un poco atenta a la tendencia de empresas, mujeres empresarias y directivas de Bizkaia. Otro punto que es también importante y que siempre tenemos en cuenta es que en todas nuestras subvenciones, las subvenciones que otorga el departamento, en los criterios de valoración siempre se tiene en cuenta de alguna forma la perspectiva de género. Comentaros que el programa INNpower se enmarca dentro de este conjunto de actuaciones. Y quiero insistir la clara apuesta que hace Diputación por apoyar a las mujeres empresarias y emprendedoras. Lo tiene metido en su ADN y llevamos muchos años trabajando en este aspecto. Fruto de ello, pues ha salido muchas colaboraciones con otras entidades con las que compartimos el objetivo, y entre ellas está emakumekin, que es con la que estamos realizando y estamos organizando pues esta jornada. Con emakumekin también compartimos, aparte del objetivo anterior, compartimos la visión de que el apoyo a las mujeres empresarias y emprendedoras debe hacerse desde una visión colaborativa, de forma colaborativa, de forma que se aprovechen las diferentes capacidades de las mujeres, que se potencie la generación de sinergias, de las redes entre nosotras, y todo ello sirva para conseguir un mayor empoderamiento y mejorar la gestión de nuestras empresas. Y bueno, poco más tengo que añadir, solamente daros las gracias a todas vosotras por vuestra participación y espero sinceramente que podamos conseguir pues un poco los objetivos que nos hemos planteado al principio y que os sirvan para vuestro quehacer diario. Eskerrik asko.
Eskerrik asko, Itziar Zubizarreta. Muchísimas gracias porque tus palabras también dan como contexto para que la gente entienda que esto es un viaje desde Helsinki hasta Bizkaia para traer inspiración y motivación y, bueno, muchas ideas en este contexto, que incertidumbre hay siempre, pero ahora pues con más razón. Y, bueno, vamos a tener cada día vamos a tener una ponencia distinta de una mujer distinta y después para las personas que se hayan inscrito, para las mujeres emprendedoras empresarias que se hayan inscrito a los talleres, después de esas ponencias habrá unos talleres específicos para trabajar en su caso y van a ser unos talleres online, lo dicho, durante los días 18, 19 y 20. Y las mujeres que nos van a acompañar, hoy vamos a tener a Isabella Haas, que es creativa, emprendedora en materia de sostenibilidad. El día 19 vamos a tener a Tutti Still, que es de la Universidad de Helsinki, es investigadora, y Katrina Haikala nos va a acompañar el día 20, que es artista, facilitadora y coach. De lo que se trata es de escuchar diferentes perspectivas, mujeres con puntos de vista muy diferentes y recorridos vitales y profesionales muy distintos, que nos ayuden a inspirarnos y al final lo que se consigue en un viaje es inspirarse, abrir la mente y traer nuevas ideas, y es lo que queremos conseguir. Eskerrik asko, bienvenidas a todas. Eskerrik asko, Itziar Zubizarreta, y que aprovechemos la ocasión. Mila esker. Egunon, Kaixo, zer moduz, hoy vamos a dar comienzo con Isabella Haas, que es la primera de nuestras ponentes de los 3 días de INNpower Helsinki-Bizkaia. Ella es creativa emprendedora y enfocada en temas de sostenibilidad. Lleva la mitad de su vida en Helsinki, viviendo en Helsinki. Ella es austriaca y de Helsinki al 50%. Y Isabella hoy nos va a hablar también de la incertidumbre, de la estrategia en la incertidumbre y desde su punto de vista y dándonos herramientas. Good morning, Isabella.
Good morning. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to share my experiences and ideas in your workshop. And let me introduce you my personal path to success and how I empower myself in uncertain times. First, I would like to tell you a little bit about my background. I'm originally from Austria, but I have been living in Helsinki more than half my life now. I'm a designer by background, and I graduated from the Helsinki Aalto University in design leadership in the end of the 90s. I'm an upcycling designer, entrepreneur, mentor, and business coach. And I have been an entrepreneur since the end of the 90s, right after graduating. And since the beginning of last year, I'm also an EU project manager of a project called Shops to Hubs at the Helsinki Metropolitan Area Reuse Center. Let me first of all give you a small task to lighten up the atmosphere. Just think for a few seconds. What got you really excited recently? What were you enthusiastic about? Something that sticks out. It could be an activity or somebody you met, a news article you read, or a personal accomplishment, or anything else. I just want you to think about a positive experience, and also that experience might be an indicator of what could be the thing that is your passion. Because a long time ago, I asked myself also, what do I love to do? What am I good at? Also, what does the planet or humanity need from me? And how can I make a living with that? How can I contribute with a solution that improves the environment and social condition of my community? Like when I was studying already, I was thinking that I don't want to create more pollution, more waste. I think we all have a choice. We can start using clean and renewable energy. We can start reusing waste or even producing zero waste. We can clean and heal the environment. And in my opinion, it's very important to empower women. We all need to participate in protecting the planet for ourselves and future generations, because there's only one planet. During my studies, I already asked myself, like, what is my role as a designer in creating a sustainable society? And I wanted to have a positive impact, to turn obstacles into opportunities, to innovate by design, to create well-being and a livelihood with entrepreneurship, and to show by doing and inspire and motivate others. In 2010, I created a company called Edelcity Limited. I realized that upcycling design was very interesting, to turn waste into wealth. So create new products out of waste material or discarded material. And what was my motivation behind it was to inspire people to protect the environment, to show them how much fun sustainable living actually is, and to make it easy for my customers to feel good and do good at the same time. I wanted to create a sustainable future for the next generation and also create jobs. So to say, have a positive impact while also making business. What was a strong inspiration for me was Finnish design, which itself is inspired by nature. It is has very simple aesthetic with clear lines. It's very timeless and practical, high quality handicraft, and very often also has a humorous twist. So I combined my personal and my company's mission, which is well-being for people and the planet. The values are design thinking, continuous learning, sustainable development, and also to pay it forward, to feel good and do good. The products and services I have been offering was upcycling design products, handmade in Finland from local waste material, inspiring and energizing upcycling design workshops and courses anywhere in the world, design and production management, also cooperating with a number of different designers, and charity workshops for disadvantaged families or refugees. Let me now share with you some images. Hopefully you can see the images. So using different materials and turning them into design products. Seat belts, thin air airplane curtains, museum advertisement banners, T-shirts into necklaces. Here's some images of the workshops I have done with different groups, even up to 100 people at the same time, creative workshops. And maybe you could summarize now some of the things I've said.
Yes, of course. Ella, Isabella, es una diseñadora y como, bueno, ella durante su carrera, sus estudios, se preguntó qué tipo de rol quería jugar ella en el mundo del diseño. No quería generar más residuos ni quería hacer de este mundo, digamos, un lugar en el que hubiera más residuos por el tema del diseño, sino todo lo contrario, generar de los obstáculos, convertirlos en oportunidades y ahorrar residuos y hacer algo bien, hacer negocio con cuestiones que fueran además buenas para un impacto positivo para la sociedad y para el medio ambiente, porque como ella afirmaba, pues solo existe un planeta y por lo tanto pues se trata de generar el mínimo impacto posible. Ella entiende que desde el empoderamiento y desde la activación de diferentes herramientas se puede reducir la huella y generar un impacto positivo.
When I came to Finland, there were a lot of things that I had to identify obstacles and opportunities. Because when you come to a new country as a foreigner, you don't speak the local language necessarily. Like I didn't speak Finnish. I didn't have any network to rely on, no family support here. There were a lot of challenges to deal with. Also being a woman, even in Finland as a very advanced country in women's rights and equality, even here, there's some kind of struggle for women to get into different kind of circles and higher up positions in work environment. And also, I didn't have a lot of experience when I graduated. Also, I'm more like of an all-rounder. So I don't fit into a specific box of a job task. And there were a lot of challenges, but during my master thesis research, I realized that a lot of obstacles can actually be turned into opportunities. Because, for example, I also interviewed during my master thesis designers and asked them why they couldn't create more ecological products. and they listed a number of obstacles, and then I started to think like why don't you take those obstacles and turn them into opportunities? So because for example, they said one obstacle was that the designers, the technicians, and the business side in the company, they don't communicate with each other. So the designer doesn't have a lot of influence in deciding which product will be produced. As a result, I organized roundtable discussions where I invited designers, engineers, and people with business background to talk together and exchange knowledge and ideas. And I did a series of those kind of roundtables as a solution. And then also, for example, I realized that coming from another country, I can bring a different approach from my own culture and background to this country. I'm able to look at things and evaluate them with a different perspective. I can make local people aware of things they don't see because they are so used to them in their everyday life. I bring an additional language and cultural skills. I also have connections and knowledge of foreign markets. I can combine things in a new way as an all-rounder and find solutions to complex problems. And I realized it was very important to be active and to do whatever it takes to move forward in my life. So the most important thing was to use my specific experience and knowledge to make a change in society. About 5 years ago, I started to work with unemployed immigrant women as a mentor, and I identified at that time several challenges. One of them was a huge number of textile waste in Finland, 7 million kilos per year approximately, and also almost 50% of women with migrant background were unemployed in Finland. And so I developed this solution, the Finland's first upcycling design center, which I founded in the end of December 2016. And the idea behind it was to solve the textile waste challenge and also create business opportunities and well-being for unemployed women with migrant background. So now I would like to show you a video of the first phase of that project, because it's very interesting to see.
My name is Isabella Haas. I'm a creative entrepreneur and upcycling expert. We are at Finland's first upcycling design center in the yard between the Design Museum and the Architecture Museum in Helsinki. We are organizing this upcycling design festival here now for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. We have all kinds of workshops, a clothes repair workshop and mask making workshop. There will be some music also, and we have a pop-up restaurant by refugees. We have also a design market here in one of the containers. And yeah, this village was built out of 3 containers that were sponsored by Containers. The Upcycling Design Center was founded because I researched some challenges here in Finland, and one of them was the big textile waste problem. And then the other challenge is that there are so many unemployed immigrant women here in Finland. And I decided to combine those 2 challenges with a solution, and that is the Upcycling Design Center that came out of this. We made some products out of advertisement banner from the Hard Rock Cafe, for example. We have a bottle bag. We got also from Kiasma in order. We have been processing old work clothes, like vests, from the staff and made bags out of them. And also from the advertisement banner of Kiasma, we made some bags that they will use in the Kiasma for the school groups and also for the customers and internal use. Great. And then we've made these necklaces also with the ladies, and then we had the coffee bag workshop where they were making baskets out of coffee bags. We're moving to a new location, and there's also plan to do another festival in the autumn in September. And please visit our website and Facebook page and Instagram and join us with these activities and help us find solutions to waste problems.
Isabella Haas se basa en dos problemáticas que afectan a Finlandia y que es el paro entre las mujeres migradas y, por otro lado, está la cuestión de la gran cantidad de residuos textiles que existen. Y entonces lo que ella hace es, de estos dos asuntos, genera una nueva solución, que es a través de, con las mujeres migradas como protagonistas, ellas son las que producen nuevos textiles a partir de ese textil que está ya, digamos que es, pues que no se utiliza. Entonces ha generado unos distintos programas, como habéis podido ver en las imágenes, y bueno, su objetivo es, al fin y al cabo, generar una conciencia y también aportar desde lo que ella es. Ella, cuando llegó a Helsinki, se dio cuenta de que esas cuestiones que eran que ella podía aportar, podían de alguna manera ayudar a dar otro punto de vista diferente a las personas en Helsinki, y de la misma manera generar algo con la combinación con el diseño en Finlandia, que es un diseño que ella cuenta que toma como referencia la naturaleza, tiene además como un giro humorístico y de alguna manera generar, pues con el diseño finlandés y con su punto de vista sobre la sostenibilidad, ir generando una solución e ir implicando cada vez a más personas.
It was a really interesting experience for me, and I learned a lot during that project. It was a pilot, and I invited 6 women to participate and to learn by doing about entrepreneurship and upcycling and teamwork and things like that. And they gave me very many insights into, you have some expectations, but then the reality is very different. And I realized a lot, like what women that are long-term unemployed with a migrant background in Finland, what they actually need to succeed and what they struggle with, and that a lot of them have similar struggles, and they need support in many ways. And some of their comments was that they have learned a lot about the importance of sustainable living and the opportunities I have in Finland as an entrepreneur. So I have decided, using my skills and experience, to create my own work as a self-employed person. Another one said, every single experience counted, having a schedule, helping people to communicate, selling at the shop, and meeting the great staff from the design museum made me feel back in the work life. And the project reminded me of my capacities and abilities to do, and that everything I'm ready to do, I can do. And another one said, the best experience that I had was to meet 5 strong women with 5 different stories who encouraged me in changing my life for good. I think we also need to think what success means for us. When we are striving for success, we need to define ourselves what it is. For me, I think what success is not necessarily a huge amount of money, but I found this very nice saying by Bo Taplin. He says that measure your success only by what truly matters, your happiness and the happiness you bring to others. If today you laughed, felt inspired, or consoled a friend, smiled to a stranger, stood for a cause, or inched closer to one of your dreams, then today was a resounding success. I found this one very inspiring. And throughout those many years of struggling and developing my own business, I made a lot of mistakes, of course, and learned a lot of lessons. And just to mention a few of the biggest lessons that I learned was that I didn't put my own well-being and happiness as a first priority. I trusted a former business partner too much. I let myself be demotivated by others who didn't have the same passion. I let others push me into something that I did not really enjoy or believe in. I didn't believe strongly enough in myself and my own ideas. I didn't even try some things because I was afraid of rejection and not being good enough. And I didn't go for it because I thought I was not ready and I didn't have all the information that I needed. But I believe that, especially for female entrepreneurs, it is very important, and I would like to share with you again now this list of things that I have realized, that we shouldn't be afraid of failure because there is no such thing, and also not to be afraid of rejection because we can always learn from it and improve. The feeling of being uncomfortable in a new situation, we don't need to be afraid of. Also keep trying, be patient, some things take time. Not being afraid of finding another way to make things happen if one doesn't work. And also of others who are trying to put you down. We need to stay strong. We also need to not be afraid of asking questions or asking for help if needed. And also what I found really important is to listen to my own gut, to my own intuition, and to sometimes take a break if something doesn't work. Maybe it's good to step aside for a moment and think and reflect, and then come back and try again or try in another way. Sometimes the time is just not right for some things. And also putting your own well-being as a highest priority, because if you're not well, your own dream will never come true. And following your dream is also something that we should not be afraid of, even though some people might say this is a stupid idea or whatever. But it's really important that we believe in it. And to support these activities, what is important is networking a lot, as much as possible. I know at the moment it's a bit challenging with the corona situation going on, but still, you know, there's possibility, small group meetings maybe, and online meetings. Try to keep in touch with your friends and peers. If there's any possibility to volunteer, hopefully this year things will get more easy. Also use every opportunity to promote your dream, what you're doing and what you're interested in, and use the feedback you get for developing your ideas. Try to constantly learn new things and participate in different kinds of training. There's a lot of free online training videos to watch, or free events by local organizations. I'm not sure in Spain how the situation is, but in Helsinki we have a lot of entrepreneur organizations, public organizations that offer a lot of free training for young entrepreneurs. And also listen to advice from others, but in the end, do what you think is right for you. Listen to your own intuition, because it's your life and you decide what you do with it, and others might not be able to put themselves in your shoes. And one other crucial thing is just to get started somewhere, as small as you can imagine even. Just do something and then change things along the way and see what works and what doesn't work. You can change your routines, try learn new things. The most creativity and innovation in the history of human beings has come from situation of crisis, from great uncertainty, of new adjustment and challenging situations. So actually, times of uncertainty also are times of great opportunities, and we just need to recognize those. When we change our habits, we can do it intentionally also. It forces us to find new ways of doing things. For example, if you always walk the same way in the street to a certain location, you can one day decide to walk other streets, and you might discover something that inspires you in another shop window that you have never seen before, for example, or you meet somebody that you didn't expect to meet. Be open-minded and curious, and also try to put yourself into other people's shoes and see things from a different perspective. Also, one really important thing for success is to be patient and wait for the right opportunities, but then be alert. And when the opportunity comes, you need to grab it immediately. Believe in yourself and your dream and don't give up. Find out your own personal strengths and weaknesses, and especially work on your weaknesses, because working on your strength is not a challenge. But if you manage to transform your weaknesses into strength, success will come. Like, for example, I can tell you, like 20 years ago, I was terrified to give presentations, public presentations, even to small groups of people. I would be shaking like crazy and sweating, and words wouldn't come out right. And then I just put myself constantly into situations where I had to present. And even though I was afraid and nervous, I started to feel more comfortable over time. And now I'm at the point where I actually enjoy giving presentations. So get out of your comfort zone, and the more you're uncomfortable, the more you will learn. And you will get comfortable when you repeat the uncomfortable action over time. So learn new skills, meet new people, and embrace uncertainty, because being an entrepreneur means actually coping with uncertainty on a daily basis. You never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen any day. And if you're ready to be flexible and deal with whatever comes your way, you're made for success. Making conscious choices is also really important. It gives you also a feeling of control, which empowers you, because it's your choice to do things a certain way or to go a certain direction. And if it doesn't work, try something else, but not making choices or not making decisions will keep you in the same place. And in the end, you're stronger than you think you are. So just keep going. And dreams do come true, I can tell you. Like when I dreamed in 2016, I started the Upcycling Design Center. That had been a dream for a while already, and it became true. And then I started dreaming about having a space in the Eastern Helsinki shopping center. And last year I succeeded to make a deal with the shopping center management, and now there is a workspace and shop for the project that is now called Dome Upcycling, the Upcycling Design Center. Dome Upcycling is the brand name. And that was another milestone actually in my dreams becoming true. Just a few last words now. The most wanted skills of the future, in my opinion, are creativity, entrepreneurial spirit, and also sustainable development is very important in the future. And I think these very challenging times now have made people think twice before buying something new. So, which affects also our entrepreneurship, of course. And being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle choice. And for me, being an entrepreneur, you have to know your passion, because you have to choose the tasks and the things that you are carrying out in your business. So your business should be full of your passion, because there are always difficult times. Not everything is easy. So if you do what you're passionate about, it will carry you through also the difficult times. And go with confidence. If you run a business, you need to be confident about your business. And as I mentioned earlier already, decision making is really important. And in the end, it doesn't really matter. You make the decision with the best knowledge at that time. And if you feel afterwards that it was not the right decision, at least you learned that it was not the right decision, and then you can decide what is your next step of doing something else. And networking is really crucial. That's one of the things I always keep repeating all the time, because we need other people to succeed. No business can succeed without a network, without people, with the customers. Everybody you touch is your network. That's why it's so important to build your network. And I have been since I came to Finland, because I didn't have a network. So I became an extremely active networker. I went to any possible event I could find time to go to, and talk to people and introduce myself and show my face, and you know, they started to remember me, and it's advertisement also at the same time. And you learn to tell your story also, because you practice telling your story, you practice telling about your business. You every time you meet somebody, you see their reaction, and you see, okay, maybe I have to still improve how I tell this story, and so on. And then when they give you feedback, you can see, like, wow, I did really well now. They really understand what I'm talking about, and they can see I'm passionate about what I'm talking about. So it also moves you forward, actually, because for me also it's really because sometimes when it's difficult, you know, then you think maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore, but then you get positive feedback and it carries you to the next day. And it's just take one day at a time, especially in difficult times. Of course, have your vision in the back of your head where you want to go, but don't stress about it, and it will come sooner or later. Just keep going. Like, there's a Finnish saying that is one potato at a time, and I really like that one because you shouldn't take more than one potato in your mouth. And also, when you have been through some struggles and challenges, you become very resilient. So don't be afraid of difficult times, because it will make you stronger also. And maybe many of you have heard of the Sustainable Development Goals from the United Nations. So let me just show you this picture to remind you of them. And because I think this is a great source of inspiration for entrepreneurs, because there are 17 different areas where you can actually find business opportunities for the future. And just some examples are recycling, waste separation, repair, clean tech, renewable energy, eco-friendly materials, natural cosmetics, healthy nutrition. What else? There's no limit. But combine it with your own passion, and maybe pick one or two of those categories here, and see how you can combine that with your own local community as well. So find a problem that is either environmental or social nature in your community that you're able to solve, and develop a solution to it. If you feel you want other people to participate with you, then look for a team. If I know it's to be a single entrepreneur, it can be very challenging, and usually I've noticed when I've worked with other people together that things moved forward much more quickly. It's not like +1 + 1 is 2. It's actually much more than that. So if you have a reliable, trustworthy business partner, which is very crucial, of course, then you can make it really happen. You can make 1 + 1 be 5 even. Because then if one loses energy a bit or motivation, the other one can, give feedback and motivate you, and vice versa. So it's really good to have a support. And it's good to take a mentor also, for example. I've had mentors in my life. I've been a mentor myself. We all need somebody to give us feedback and like professional feedback. So I really recommend also to choose a mentor to help you. You don't need to meet them more than once a month, even less, every 2 months. But in Helsinki, for example, we have this mentor angel network that is like free mentors. There's like experienced business people who are volunteering to be mentors for young entrepreneurs, and then you can choose from the network which one is suitable for you and pick one and see how it goes. And if you feel the personality doesn't match, then just be open about it and change and choose another one. You don't need to get stuck with a person you don't enjoy working with. And just think about what can you do with the time that is given to you. I heard this question from Lord of the Rings story from Gandalf the Grey, and I was so taken by it because I was like, yes, we really need to think. We have limited time on this planet, and we need to really think what we can do with our time and what kind of impact we want to have. And that has become a quite strong like guideline for me also. Well, this is the end of my presentation, and I would like to thank you very much for listening, and I'm there for questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isabella. It was a pleasure to hear you. I have one question, and it's nowadays with this Corona situation, there are not so many opportunities for people to make this networking. So everything goes digital, and what kind of ideas or inspiration can you give to the people? ¿Qué ideas o qué inspiración puedes dar a las personas en este momento en el que no existen tantos eventos o no existen prácticamente eventos físicos para hacer networking, ¿no? ¿Cómo podríamos hacer?
I think one possibility is to join some Facebook groups, for example. Of course, for a time being, we still have to work with the online world, I think, more. And of course, as soon as it will be possible, try to meet people. But you can also arrange one-on-one meetings, or maybe with 2 people, have lunch with somebody, for example, or go to a coffee. If it's possible. It depends on the country. Of course, in Finland, we have a lot less restrictions than in some other European countries. But, or for example, you can also start, I've had with my mentor also online meetings, or I've had a personal coach, and we never met in person, but we had a video conference, and it's almost, nowadays we're so used to this video that it almost felt like having an a physical meeting together. But put the video on. I think that's important. Without the video, in my opinion, it's much more hard to create a connection. But just try to stay in touch with your friends also, because I've noticed also with Corona times that I don't see my friends or many of my friends or also business peers anymore. And we have to be active. I think it's about activating yourself to take contact and not wait for the other one to contact you. Because everybody is just like so busy with everything and the struggle and the Corona situation is giving everybody extra stress. But every time I manage to talk to somebody, it feels so good afterwards. It's like a life elixir for me, at least. And I really miss those all kinds of events where I could meet people in person with a lot of different people, coincidence meetings, meeting new people, which is of course a bit more challenging. But if there's any possibility to go to, let's say, a library or a business networking, even a tiny one, just grab any possible opportunity you can get.
Thank you. And what about this year, the 2021? A lot of people is, just sketching the plan for 2021 and making a kind of a strategy in uncertain times. And how to start? Yeah, I've done. I'm going to do the same question to each speaker in the days. Quería comentar que en 2021, este año que está por comenzar, este año hay muchas personas que, como todos los años, están dibujando, bocetando ese plan para todo el año. ¿Cómo hacerlo en este año tan en incertidumbre, ¿no? Con esa estrategia en la incertidumbre? ¿Cómo trazar ese plan?
I think it's important to consider that this situation will still continue for a certain period of time. I would say possibly even the summer. So I wouldn't plan any big events or anything like, or any travel or anything until the summer. But think about what are the things you can do despite this situation or because of that situation. What do people need? What do they miss? What can you offer for them that would brighten up their lives in some way? It could be some services. I mean, everybody has different skills and experiences, so you have to look at it from your own point of view. Or team up with other people, team up with other companies. There's also opportunities because there's a lot of empty spaces that can be maybe rented or even gotten for free, or or do something outdoors. A lot of things are possible outdoors in different countries also, despite Corona situation. So you could arrange a picnic, for example, to have a meeting with other people. Be creative. I think that's the most important thing. But the uncertain has to be expected this year still. and maybe think already about the year after that. Because I think this year we will still be going back and forth with these kind of restrictions and like if you're in the tourist industry, I think it's very hard. But think maybe you can branch out into a different field. Like I always try to combine different fields. Like, because if one field is not, doing very well, you can still maybe be active in another field of business. So try to create maybe more than one type of business.
This is something interesting that with the same talent, you can just begin with a different kind of business system, and maybe you can adapt your own the thing that you are doing and your talent, and adapt and invent something else, ¿no? Puedes inventar alguna cuestión basada en un mismo talento. Cuando falla el plan A, puedes convertirlo en plan A1, A2, A3, porque eso te permite diversificar y adaptarte a esta situación mientras tanto.
But I think the important thing is whatever you do, think about being driven by what you enjoy doing. What are you capable of doing? But also, what do you enjoy doing?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Another thing about the foundings, a lot of people want to do things or start doing things, and then, but sometimes it's stopped. Like, okay, and the foundings and how to find the resources to make things happen. You know. A veces ocurre que ante una idea faltan los recursos de cómo llevarlo a cabo, porque no existe no existen recursos económicos para llevarlo a cabo. How was your experience?
Financial resources?
Financial resources, yeah. How did you manage to do in your whole evolution? How did you manage? Did you first focus on your idea and then you were looking for the economical resources, or how did you do it?
I think I was doing it kind of at the same time, more or less. I mean, maybe always then also stopped for a while, did some job that I enjoyed and I knew I could do well, but maybe it was not something I could, I would want to do for the rest of my life, but it would create some kind of income to finance the next phase of my dream development. So I have been kind of going back and forth, I think, between the two, and then put the dream idea maybe to the side for a moment, a half a year or 1 year, did something else in between, and then came back to it.
En tu caso, entonces, has fragmentado tu gran proyecto en diferentes etapas y lo has combinado con otro tipo de trabajo, ¿no? El emprendimiento en la economía circular con un trabajo por cuenta ajena, ese ha sido tu caso, ¿no? Muy interesante. Yeah, I was just wondering, because for a lot of people is the question. It was your way of doing, but I know there are some
and
different
then I think also while you do other things, maybe just keep your eyes and ears open for opportunities to come up. Like for example, I kind of took a break of this design center project, Upcycling Design Center project, because I was just by myself, and then I wasn't sure how to move forward. And then also I was lacking the resources, financial resources. So for almost a whole year, I did all kinds of like promotion jobs that I enjoyed doing. And then I had this in my mind, I want to go to this shopping center. And then I was invited to a roundtable discussion, and by coincidence, the shopping center manager was at the roundtable with me. Can you imagine? And then I immediately was like, oh my God, this is my opportunity now. So I talked with him. I said, I have an idea. I would like to cooperate. Would he have time to listen to my idea? He agreed to have a meeting later on. And he immediately liked the idea and agreed to it. And I was in the right place in the right time, and I grabbed the opportunity confidently. But you have to be patient also, and you need to build things. And when you have built the foundation, you're ready to go to the next level. And it's important not to rush things, because some people think that they want big success very quickly, and they mean big financial success. But quite often quick, big financial success comes also with a downfall, because you will make mistakes over time. So if you go too fast, you might break your neck in the way. But if you take your time and do it step by step, it doesn't hurt so much if you make a mistake, because you can still correct it. So always find the balance somehow. Go with the appropriate size of your business to the appropriate next level.
Thank you. Very interesting. I think it has also a lot to do with the sustainability itself. Yeah, the way, your way of thinking, that not like doing this and then this, but just doing things step by step.
And the important thing is that I, at least that's my personal opinion, is to be happy whatever you do, because in the end it doesn't matter. It's you know, this is a journey. Life is a journey. So if you're only happy once you reach a certain goal, and you're unhappy all the way there, and maybe you never get there, then you will be like extremely frustrated in the end. But if you do everyday things that you make you happy, then yes, you reach your goal, and then you're even more happy. But if you don't reach your goal, you're still happy. So that's how I see life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bueno, interesante punto de vista en el que se habla de un proceso, tu empresa como un proceso en el que no existe un punto álgido en el cual todo lo demás es un sacrificio para llegar a un éxito, sino más bien que vayas construyendo momentos de satisfacción, momentos de realización en los cuales, bueno, independientemente de si se consigue eso que se entiende por éxito o no, bueno, ya existen momentos en los que según Isabella Haas, pues que la vida es un viaje, con lo cual pues no depende tanto del destino, sino más bien de todo el proceso. You want to add something for the presentation?
Well, I just hope that everybody who is listening will be very successful in their own way and lead a very happy life, and despite all these challenges and uncertainty, and find balance and harmony in their lives, and that's my wish.
Thank you very much, Isabella. Muchísimas gracias por haber estado aquí. Te agradecemos todo el haber compartido tu experiencia, el tener, tenerte como referente que eres en Helsinki, en todo el tema de la sostenibilidad, en el diseño, en la moda. Bueno, pues es muy, muy interesante tener también tu visión desde dentro, ¿no? Desde cómo has vivido todo ese proceso. Mila esker, benetan, Isabella Haas, gurekin egoteagatik, eta, hau izan da gure 3 egunetako lehen saioa, eta bihar eta etzi izango ditugu beste 2 hizlari gurekin, Helsinki guregana Bizkaira ekarriko dituena. Mila esker.
And I hope maybe one day some of you we will meet in person.
Yes, of course, we hope so. See you in Helsinki, of course, or in Bilbao. Yeah, you're always welcome to Bizkaia.
That would be wonderful.